Welcome to LEARN PTE HUB. I'm Sidhu, and I'm here to help you ace your PTE exam. Whether you are just starting your PTE journey or looking to boost your score, you've come to the right place. On this channel, you'll find comprehensive lessons, expert tips, and practical strategies to master every section of the PTE exam. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's get started and conquer the PTE together.
There is a very important concept that was introduced by Nassim Taleb, and that is anti-fragility. Anti-fragility is essentially resilience 2.0. Resilience 1.0 is when we put pressure on a system. After the pressure is lifted, that system goes back to its original form. Anti-fragility takes this idea a step further. You put pressure on a system, it actually grows bigger, stronger. We see anti-fragile systems all around us and within us. For example, our muscular system. We go to the gym and we lift weights. We're putting pressure on our muscles. What happens as a result? We actually grow stronger. We're an anti-fragile system. On the psychological level, you know what that's called? PTG, post-traumatic growth. So where post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is about breaking down, post-traumatic growth is about growing stronger. As a result of pressure, stress, it's anti-fragility.
If you sum up all of the world's reported COVID-19 deaths from all countries since the beginning of the pandemic, you'll get a number something like 6.2 million. At least that's the number Our World in Data has tallied up. But we've known for quite some time that is a pretty severe underestimate. For one, not all COVID-19 deaths have been tested, recorded on death certificates and counted.
Those numbers should be recorded, and in this day and age, it's incredible that we don't have registration systems, so we can't catalogue the departed.
And then there's a whole host of other indirect impacts of the pandemic on health and mortality that aren't captured in the COVID figures. That's why the WHO has tried to estimate what's called excess mortality. Put simply, try to work out how many more people have died of all causes than you'd expect to see in an ordinary non-pandemic year. And when they did that, they reached an estimate of about 15 million deaths. Some countries have recorded far more excess deaths than others through the pandemic. Peru is one example. Another is India. Both countries that fared far worse on pandemic outcomes than the official death toll numbers might suggest.
Well, the 90s came around and finally it clicked that normal people could get online, which hadn't really clicked before. And the little trick that finally put it together was Tim Berners-Lee HTML. So thank you to the UK for providing the fellow who finally put the missing link in place. And then what happened in the 90s was this extraordinary outpouring of creativity and constructiveness from millions and millions of people. There were millions of people making web pages, creating content online, creating social experiments, creating lessons, all sorts of things. And the first decade of the web took place without much of a profit motive, without any particular charismatic figures driving it, without fear, without a desire for an afterlife or any other religious gambits, without advertising, without any of the traditional motivational schemes. It simply happened because people enjoyed it and it was a good idea.
So the topic for today is abstraction. And this is a very important layer of computer because you can't do anything with a computer unless you have a symbolic system in place. Right. So we're talking about the origin of symbolic systems. Language is a classic symbolic system. Apparently one theory for why language evolved is that people communicated with sign language and with movement quite well for a long time. And it turned out that they wanted to communicate even while they were doing things. So, while they were trying to strangle the dinosaur, not the dinosaurs, the rhinoceros, they wanted to say, "Come help me," and they used sign language to do it. They had to let go of the rhinoceros and the rhinoceros ran away. So you can see that it's a good idea to be able to do something with your hands and be able to communicate at the same time. Hence there come words and language.
English, as you've already read, is not a pure language. I don't think there really are any pure languages in the world, but English is definitely not a pure language. English, in fact, has borrowed from over 350 languages in its history. So it's a variety of many languages. Some people say it's like a dog, a mongrel dog, a dog that's been made up of many different dogs. The English language is like that. And by looking at the history of the English language, we learn about the history of the English people. The two things are closely connected. So in fact, today we're not only learning about language, but we're learning about history. And the fact that English has borrowed words from over 350 languages has been viewed differently throughout history. So, for example, in Shakespeare's time, people were very angry about words which were not, they thought, original English words, words which came from other languages. They didn't like them.
If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more PTE-related content. Don't forget to leave a comment below letting me know what you think, or if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I will meet you soon at our next video.